Hi, my name's Taylor Walls. I'm here with Coach Fitz from James and Bennett High School varsity field hockey. So Coach, this year we looked around the numbers across the board. We recognize numbers are low this year. What did your numbers look like for field hockey?
I think on average, since this is considered, I guess, a regular season, and our last regular season was 2019, our numbers are lower, but they aren't so low that we can't continue the program with some JV, with some younger players.
And what do you think has impacted those numbers?
I mean, there's a lot of factors, I think, but I do feel like there is still the remnants of the pandemic and kids having been inside for so long that field hockey isn't a sport that, we have a private organization. We have, Falcons, that's a feeder program here in Salisbury, but we don't have that rec kind of thing, so they don't have those opportunities as easily. So I think that, being a part of the pandemic COVID sort of era has just affected sports in general. Kids are just, not necessarily getting exposed to it.
Interesting. We've seen that a lot across the sports on the Bay side. So what are you looking forward mostly to this year?
I was just actually, we had a scrimmage yesterday and we were kind of debriefing about it. And one of the greatest things, this is my 23rd year, I can't remember, coaching. And a lot of times, in the last few years, sometimes you see individuals and who play a team sport. And so if you don't have the team aspect, it takes away from the overall joy of just playing and coaching. And I think that's one of the greatest things that I've seen so far. Already in preseason and in our scrimmages, we're playing as one team. And we had, yesterday I was just saying, we had freshmen that scored in the scrimmage, and the seniors on the team who, were who weren't on the field at the time, were just as supportive as if it were them. And that to me is really kind of what it's all about, the legacy that they're kind of leading.
And what's your greatest strength this year on the field hockey team?
The middle of the field. We have the defending player of the year, Allie Johnson, and for the Bayside South. And I think, with her linking with Dalen Gregory, another leader, senior leader, as center mid, it just really helps us control the flow of the game, even though there are some dynamic attack players in the lower Bayside and with a lot of speed. I think that's what's going to be our greatest strength. We'll still be able to compete with that, even though we have inexperience. That ability to kind of maintain and to kind of handle the middle of the field with that will help us tremendously.
So how did COVID impact your season in the past 4 years?
We weren't able to have playoffs, but we were still able to do Crown and our summer leagues, so we were still able to play. It just wasn't as competitive as it usually is.
And what was your favorite part of your senior year so far?
I feel like this year we are really close as a team, and we have a really good bond. So it's very exciting to see what we're going to do this year.
And what's your favorite song to listen to before a game?
Any country song. I love music.
I'm here with senior Dalen Gregory of the James and Bennett varsity field hockey team. So what's your team's biggest strength this year incoming season?
Definitely this year it's how together we are, and we're all super close. We're all best friends. That's definitely our biggest strength.
So this past year was a very different year, COVID year. How did that impact your mental and physical health well-being?
Mentally, it was very tough just not being able to be with all my friends, having in-school teaching. Physically, it was also really hard just having to leave my house whenever I had to.
And how did you overcome it?
We played in 2 different field hockey leagues. We've been going to the gym together a lot, so that definitely really helped, just knowing that I wasn't alone.
And I already asked this question to the previous girl, but what's your favorite song that you listen to before a game?
Where to Hood At by DMX.
What's the biggest challenge you guys faced this year on the field hockey team?
Probably just losing a big senior class. That we thought that was going to be a big struggle, but we also had a big freshman class come in, so that also really helped.
And now are any freshmen this year stepping up and withholding the varsity standards?
Yeah, there's a bunch. Mostly our whole offense are freshmen, and then we have a few midfielders that are definitely stepping up.